gentlemen, dear viewers and listeners, glad to have you back on your favorite show on the land. Not so complicated. The show brought to you by Innovation Consortium, the home of next generation solutions. Oh yes, we only bring nothing but the best. And here we are once again with Women in Innovation. Yes, and today on the panel with me, from my left I have David, D Mama, the Spider-Man Masaka. How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
Glad to have you back on the show. Yes, and my main guest for the show, Sheila Chichoncho. Glad to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
How are you, madam?
I'm fine.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Oh, yes. Our Juko, Stephen. Sir, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Saizo Kasaje.
Hey. Just keep my notes.
And Bobon, Monarch, how are you, sir? Yes, and today's topic is about platinum car keys. Oh, yes. Sheila, tell me, how are you?
I'm fine.
Now, platinum car keys.
Yes.
Before I got that, tell me about, briefly, about your bio. Something small about you.
I'm called KICONCO Shiela. I'm from Kabale. I'm a Mchiga.
You're pointing at my cameraman. The guy is already scared.
Yes, I have to emphasize that.
Yes.
The land of the most knowledgeable people. Shigezi. Yes. We can't argue about that. Yeah, we can't argue about that. The money you're holding has a signature of a person from Kabale, really. So, and yeah, so I'm an engineer by profession. I did automotive and power engineering from the best university in Uganda, that's Chambogo University. It produces cream de la cream. Yes.
Nice.
So I studied from Mary Hill High School, the best school in the country. That one you know.
Okay.
Without a
The one
doubt.
in it.
Yes. In Barra.
That was a big question.
Yes. So the company actually that I created is Platinum Locks Limited. Under it, I have Platinum Car Keys to avoid the confusion. Because when people hear locks, they only think of door locks. They are not familiar with the car locks and all that. Yeah. So basically, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did our platinum car keys or locks come about?
So like I said, I did automotive and power engineering. And automotive meaning the automobiles.
Oh, yeah.
Those are vehicles, motorbikes, cars, tractors, name it, under the automobile category. And the power is not the umeme, it's the power of the car. Yeah, it's a little bit of the umeme, the hydropower, but just a small bit. But most of it is the power of the car. So, of course, when I was studying, I wanted to become a mechanic. That's what I thought in my head.
Mechanic.
Yes, a mechanica. Yeah, but then along the way, I thought of something that still has a gap. Because if you're to move around Kampala, really, or Uganda, there are so many garages. And our kind of work in the garage, it can be done by anyone who has the passion. You can learn on the job. As long as you have the passion for it, you don't have to go to school for it. So I looked out for an element that had not yet been tapped very well, and that was the car key. So many people hold the car key, but they don't know what it comprises or what it takes to make one. So that's why I zeroed to car keys.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, and for how long have you been in this business?
The company started in 2017. That's 5 years ago. But I had not yet started like officially to have a location. I started from home. Maybe that's what we are going to discuss in detail. And professionally, I started, I think, 2019. That's when I got a location and I started doing it.
And COVID hit.
Yes, and then COVID hit. Yes.
Were you hit so badly by COVID?
Just survive. Focus on the survive.
You guys, of course, we were all hit. The cars were all packed. I wasn't receiving any calls. However, when it loosened a bit, now some people's keys could not start their cars. Or some of them had misplaced them. The kids had played with them and lost them, and then that's how I came back on my feet
Was
after
it full
COVID.
loosening or when people would sneak
I'm not going to talk about that because I was not among those that were sneaking. Yes, no, I wasn't. So, but those that were allowed, essential workers. You know, essential workers, they had to go to hospitals. Yeah, yes. They had to go to hospitals. They had to go and work on roads, you know.
Distributing portion.
Yes.
Oh yes, and
yeah.
this trade is mostly dominated by men.
Before you said dominated by men, actually this is my first time hearing of an enterprise that is solely and solely keys. They usually just know of a garage, but we also do keys. But I've never also understood what is so special about this key, because are they like programmable? What is?
So there is actually so much work to do with the key. There is so much work. Yes. So that key you see has a board inside, especially these that need to be programmed. The recent cars, of course, years ago, they used to make cars that didn't have the immobilizer system. The immobilizer system in layman language is the anti-theft system. Okay, so that's why you'd see a long time ago people would just go to Chiseka and cut a key. Yes, and you just make a copy and then you can steal a car and
Those
go.
things of putting a key on soap.
Exactly. Exactly. So, but now as time went on, of course, technology keeps growing, and depending on your customers, they give you feedback. And then so many cars were being stolen. So they had to come up with a system, which is the immobilizer system, to make sure that the car is it's safe. Like, yeah, the owner doesn't have to worry about parking a car somewhere and they come back and they don't find it. So that's how they came up with the immobilizer system. It comprises of just a tiny chip in the key, which is called the transponder. And most people, of course, don't know this. You come with your car key and you think you're going to just pay 20,000 and you have a key. No, and I will tell you the key is for 2 million because of that component.
So it's that component that makes it possible for these recent cars, like someone just comes near his car and they can start the house.
Now that is also upgraded. It's called the keyless go system. Different now from the immobilizer system. Yes, that is a keyless go.
So you're in smart keys.
We have smart keys. We also have the Joakari keys. don't fear to bring your wheelbarrow. No, professional work. If you have your key that doesn't need anything, that's the key you'll get. We are not going to cheat you because no. Yes.
And this trader is mostly dominated by men. What is that triggered you to join in?
There are few or none. Few out there.
Blacksmith
in you. It gets blacksmith in you.
Okay, you know, personally, I love a challenge. I love things that challenge me. First of all, I was the only girl in my class doing automotive and power engineering. Yes, in the evening class, we were two ladies. One was, and we were both from Mary Hill High School. I told you, cream de la cream. Yeah, so I was the only lady in my class. The rest were boys. Yeah, so I love a challenge. It was a challenging course where you don't get bored with only theory. Most of our classes were practical. So it brings me back to this. It started way back. It just didn't start with the keys.
Like this was born.
So I just love a challenge, something that challenges me, something that keeps evolving. I'm not going to be stunted in one place. That's what I love to do. And that's what it is with keys. Yes, because every day they're making a new car. Every single day. Yes, that means you're always researching, and it sharpens your brain, the way you think. So that's why I love that. Yes, it's dominated by men, but I don't see that as an obstacle. What a man can do, a woman can do. Hey!
Now, before you went to khaki programming, at school you are learning how to kukanika oil what?
Yes.
So are you familiar with that?
Yes, I trained in a garage actually for like a full year because I was so lucky. At university, when you'd be in first year, it was compulsory for you to train with a university.
Oh.
Yes, with a university. But lucky for me, in my first year, I think my lecturer, they were asking for people to go out, and I was among, so I trained from a garage. And I used to service cars. They used to find that interesting. People, clients, yes, change oil, change tires, although it's been long since I did that. Macho.
Yeah. Okay, and this being an innovation space, what is that niche, the innovation that has kept you, going for what is yours? 6 years now? 4 years. 4 years now?
Besides the COVID,
and
people losing keys.
And me getting malaria.
Yeah. What is that niche and the innovation that has kept you going?
That is.
So like I said, with my kind of work, the innovation comes in as a must because cars are being made every single day. And then also, most cars that come in, us being a landlocked country, the cars have to go through ports, different ports, Mombasa, where they have to be cleared, and then they get on the road and come here. You find most of them come with one key. One key. And of course, for safety reasons, everyone needs a spare key. So we can never run out of business. And then keys get spoiled. They get spoiled. And then also as we think ahead and then try to, like if this company is making, most cars that are driven here are Toyota. So if Toyota is making these kinds of keys and you notice maybe they are not durable, they usually break. So we get other companies that are trying to make Toyota keys but in a different shape, maybe one that is more durable. So now you find someone.
More expensive Toyota.
No, not more expensive Toyota. You can even come with the normal car, and then you can make for your flip key. That is guaranteed like a lifetime. It's never going to break. It's more durable. So that's what we do. You keep researching and finding a way to give people a better service. Yes.
Make it research.
Yeah.
Okay, and now please, I would like you to tell us about your first job. First client,
that
first
first
bad day. You must be having a bad day.
No
now.
one can steal from a Muchiga.
Good point.
They sign
The money is ours. So I might not remember my first job, but what I remember is, I must mention that what I do now, I never studied at university. Never. There's no engineering course, be it mechanical, automotive, and power, where they're going to teach you anything about a car key. We never studied anything about a car key. So everything that I do now, I have taught myself. Yes. So the first time, of course, I was learning from my friends' cars. I first learned from my own car, but my own car seemed very simple to do because, you have to. There are so many cars in the world. They're going to bring for you Mercedes, Jeep, Chryslers, BMW, and they will all have different challenges. So, but the first car that gave me a headache was a Toyota Prado. You people. Yes, and Toyota is the most complicated key, by the way, to make. Yes.
But they say that most cheap cars, the cheapest.
And those Japanese don't joke, eh? So I tried to program a key for the car, and the client almost went back on foot.
Usually, how long does it take
to program a key? It depends on which car it is. Some can take 5 minutes, others will take 2 hours, and others will take a day.
2 million for 5 minutes.
I'm telling you. Yes. So the client brought their car. It was a Prado, and I accidentally reset their immobilizer. When you reset, it means you have like erased all the keys, so you must start from scratch. I was just a beginner, so you can imagine the panic I went into. You have to scratch your head, but the good thing, he was my friend, and we were just, we had just brought the car to learn from it. So he was just my friend, and he was just making fun of, I came with my car, he didn't have a problem, now I'm going without a car. Yeah, but of course with time, you get to know how to solve every problem. Yeah.
And your first bad data?
My bad data. Now let me tell you guys. This is supposed to go to Hollywood. Hey, this is a very interesting story. I got this, you know these people who usually come in suits and they're all suited up and they're all looking posh.
Guys in suits.
They are the most disappointing ones. A guy came with his Mercedes. And by the Mercedes is my easiest car to program. Because that, yes, I specifically traveled and went and studied about the Mercedes, and it was very easy for me to program. So the guy brings his Porsche car. Brings it, I go to the car and program the key very well. And it was a connection from some very good friend of mine. So after programming the key, first of all, his car had an issue, which I even rectified. So I gave them the key. No, yes, I gave them the key because I trusted that since this is from a very good friend, yeah, a referral from a very good friend, these guys just took, and this is a Mercedes, damn, like the owner, just a key. The key was for 800,000, a spare key. So after giving them the key, the guy now starts saying, now that's a company car, you have to write CG invoice. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I went to NASA. You know, when you just started a business, some things you don't have.
You have a receipt book.
Made my invoice. Brought it. Brought the invoice to the company. I invoiced the company. Waited 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And you know, when you've just started a business, you guys, like, that kamane is very important. You're looking, you know, you want to see kamane in your drawer so that you get motivated. A guy was not paying me. So I think along the way his car gets over issues, I don't know. Then he starts saying, you even spoiled my car. So you even spoiled my car. You don't deserve to be paid. I'm like, what? And you know, when you're programming these cars, the advanced ones, there are so many things you find out when you connect that. You see, we connect via OBD. OBD, that means I'm accessing your computer. I'm going, if it's very advanced, I'm going to get the exact VIN for the vehicle. I'm going to know if this car is stolen or not.
So you get into the system.
You know everything about the car.
Yes. So now,
She had such a machine for human beings.
if they are stolen,
how many
you know if they are stolen or not, if you're borrowing or if you're owning. Anyway, so this car first of all had so many complications that I didn't want to talk about. So this guy, for me, I'm a Muchiga. My money, my hard-earned cash, you don't just take. Dear data, if you're watching this show, hey, you know that it didn't end in tears on my side. I got my car money.
Really?
It was after years, but I got my car money.
Okay,
it was not years. It was like months, but without interest. But I got my car money, and he apologized after that. So you can come back for more keys. You're no longer bad data.
We have Prado this time.
The way she's talking, like Harry had to go on his knees.
I wanted to ask about something. You know, some of us, I did do automotive. Where I studied, I was not automotive, but the same thing, I think, where I fly, we share the same experience. Like that kind of job, you teach you tell someone I can do it. And you can't go back in your mind.
you're going to research about this?
Hey!
This is my first time.
But I'm going
And most of my feeling, when someone gives that work, there's that fear which first comes.
Mm.
Are you going to handle it? So I wanted to know on that first job we gave to you and you had no experience at all. And you're not, you're muchiga, so I'm taking it on. Take me through, or take us through what went through your mind.
What gave you the confidence?
And then how did you, how you executed and the happiness, all the sadness you got at the end of it.
Now, let me first tell you, it still happens up to today. It still happens up to today. Because I'm telling you, new cars are being made every day.
So it's a new challenge.
Exactly. And it's not like you've now tackled the Mercedes and you think that you're going to do all the Mercedeses. No. There are even those that whose keys cannot be made up to today. They can't be duplicated unless you go back to Germany or buy a new system. Yes, they are there. So most of the jobs that come in, okay, yeah, you've done some, but there are still these ones that are going to challenge you. Let me even give you a very simple scenario. I'm going to get a key. A client is going to come with this key and tell you, replace my battery. And you'll not know how to open this key. And mind you, the client is in front of you. You sweat. Hey!
You've been posing as the expert. Eh?
You sweat. Hey! But you make Google your friend. You must research. Because you guys, I have sweated in this business. So if you see,
I want to give you
yes.
something personally. I'm on to machine design and fabrication, modifications. There is that time when they give you something and then you sit back and you say, machine did that.
I know.
And then you say, as I said, the client is there.
Hey.
So you can't say you have failed, so you have to tackle a problem.
Meanwhile, it's like how you see the client trusts you 100% because they've come for a solution. I have a colleague of mine, he keeps saying, you see, these guys have come for a solution. They've not come for you to create more problems. So you must compose yourself and you must give the client a solution. So you have to go aside and do whatever. And also, with time now, we've got to know people who are doing this same business. So you kind of make them your friends, and then you have to work together. You call him and you're like, have you seen this before? He will tell you, yes, it's challenging, but you can do it. You can do it with this, you can do it with, they can help you out. Sometimes they, now like, actually, last week, I had a client who came in, they wanted a Lexus key, Lexus 2016. I had the key, I didn't have the right machine to program it. So you have to, yeah, they are different. You may have maybe this key. It's a Jeep, but it was not manufactured by Jeep. It was manufactured by another company that has a machine. We have different machines. We have Lonsdo, we have Z-Full, we have what? So you find if a certain company made this, maybe Z-Full, which is Turkey, that specific machine is the only one that is going to put this car. And sometimes you've bought it online just because it has the same specifications and you skipped that bit of the company that made it. So you have to find, you have to sacrifice some of that company that you are going to keep as profit and give it to your colleagues and they program it for you. Like I said, someone has come for a solution, not for you to create more problems for them. Yeah.
Maybe I've add one thing. Personally, I solve such a kind of a problem. That company, if I eat the part of it, every time I solve a new problem, that capacity man which comes, my reward is eating a part of it. So for you, what is your reward? How do you reward yourself after solving that?
Now for me, some of my friends call me the queen of soft life. I have to enjoy my money. So when you see me eating the money, please just know I have been sweating for it.
You didn't come to suffer.
Ask him.
And in the same regard, let's talk about the challenges that you face. In the same regard, in the same line. And this being an innovation space, probably we can work a few hours, we can craft a few solutions.
The challenges are now you see when you're starting a business, you're going to get, for mine in specific, I have very many keys in stock. So sometimes the keys you have, most cars are going to be outdated. For example, there is a law that was passed that cars of 19
of 2000 of 9 years
it should not be brought into the country. I already have the stock. They are going to phase out before. And this key, now for example, I've had this car for how many years? 6. And I still have this key. So what's the possibility that
was having a replacement for that is still
so what's the possibility that now, since these cars are fading out,
3 years
I'm
from
going to
now.
be stuck with a stock? You get? Probably this car, it's not even probably, unless the new president allows a new president allows it's amended. But you get stuck with that dead stock, honestly. It's not a perishable, but where are you going to put it? Decoration. It's going to be there for decoration. The challenges are not so many. Maybe also getting to someone's car and then instead of making the key, you destroy the whole system. That's also possible, especially for lost keys. Because for the advanced cars, if they lose a key, it means removing their computer. That's what they call like a computer. So you get it out and you have to open it and get a certain component on that. Yes, a chip. It's very tiny. So if you destroy that chip, it means you have destroyed the whole system. Exactly. And not the whole car, the whole system. So that system,
justified the 2 million.
that's
the risk you take.
yeah, there are so many risks in doing that. You can destroy someone's car and you lose, yes, you lose a lot of money. But it could cost like 15 million, yet the key was just, yeah.
So you destroyed, you have to buy a new ECU for the car.
Is that a question or an answer?
Yeah.
Hey! Imagine you
It's
bring
like
your car.
surgery. You destroy someone's heart.
Heart. They are gone. Exactly. So yeah, that's how it is.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
replaceable. You can't replace a human being. Lucky that you can replace a car.
Yeah.
Steering organs, will you be there?
Yes, and in our parting shot, what would you like the world to know about Platinum Car Keys, and one last word to your fellow women innovators?
So people out there should know that we have a solution to their keys, because most people, actually, when their keys break, they are devastated. They don't know where to go. We are there to offer the solution. We have, yes, we have also alarm systems and tracking systems for cars. And we can also, maybe we can track also human beings. That tracker, you never know. Hey! Just come, you never know. Yeah, so we are on Instagram, Platinum Car Keys. We are also on Facebook, Platinum Car Keys. Yeah, you can get us there. And our mobile phone number is 0703 900 900. Anytime you're stuck, if you lose your key, if your key breaks, if you need a spare key, if your battery runs out, we are always there to give you a solution. And you say,
So that girl out there that want to go to automotive and power engineering, but is scared by the large number of boys there and the other innovators out there.
I will not only talk to the girl child, because I think the boy child has been abandoned
We have some.
for so long. Girls kind of survive.
We find a way.
We find a way of surviving.
Of the feminists.
Manist.
I don't know. Call me a manist. But I want to fight also for the boy child. I think boys are now suffering more than girls, and it's because maybe a lot of emphasis has been put on the girl child. I want to let any boy out there who is struggling know that there is hope, that they can still make it in this life. The girls are kind of surviving. They are kind of surviving in this Kampala. The girl child is living in an apartment of 1 million with no job. Hello. Anyway, so we do training at a cost for anyone out there, be it a boy, be it a girl. We do training at a small cost, and that cost is just for buying the things they're going to use for practicals, because it's only practicals there, and their meals. So we charge a small fee. If you contact us and you want to train in locksmith, you can come. We train you for a period of 1 month. You'll have gained, because this, like I said, you learn on the job every day. You learn something new. So even if I said I'm going to train you for a year, you will have to keep learning. So after training you, if we let you go and you start your own business, you can keep learning on your own. Yes. And yeah, I think that's it, basically.
Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful guest. And parting shot, starting with Boban, what have you learned? Are you going to go for a course?
To add on to fabrication.
I think she makes me believe when I was doing mechanical engineering, there was this thing that mechanical motor, people think when I talk about automotive is going down. Yeah, there is more to explore on a car other than just changing the oil. So I think people are doing automotive, who is teaching, I think it is high time in their lectures or when they are learning, or kids explore. There are those unknown territories on cars or machines which are totally abandoned. It's not about opening a nut and oil.
Yeah.
So there is more to do on the car. Yes.
Thank you so much. Kwagala.
Yeah. No, I've just learned a lot that I need a spare key.
You know, I have a client here.
Nice.
And then the real innovators are the ones staying in an apartment or 1 million without a job. We need to have...
innovated rent.
I'm telling you.
We need to host one of those.
It would be interesting.
Without a job,
Yes. It would be very interesting. Yes.
But it's a lot to take in, and I like fields that keep changing. I studied something creative, but I like that it changes, and there is no real expert on these things. So I like democratic professions where no one is an ultimate expert.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Jiko. And
That is a dangerous word, democracy.
the Joker.
For me, I've learned a lot today, but I have an inquiry. Very many people have entered this hut and in, out, break. I need a key. A programmable key for my heart. Yes.
I know.
I lose it, I go with my thing.
They make spares. She'll make a spare.
Are you an automobile?
I'm moving. So
You're moving?
I've said the mobile part.
I'm going to do a research.
Otherwise, this was really good. Really, really good.
And what you have in the glass?
Coca-Cola. Innovation.
Yes, and thank you so much, our dear viewers and listeners. Like I always tell you, we bring you nothing but the best. Above all, endeavor to check Platinum Car Keys out. Endeavor to check us, Innovation Consortium, on all our handles, social media handles, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere, Facebook at Innovation Consortium. Check our website out, www.innovug.com. Innovation Consortium, the home of the next generation solutions. Thank you so much. Not So Complicated is the show, and we shall never disappoint. I remain Brian Lyon, your host. I sign out.